Hello everybody, today is May 24th, 2023, and this is my experiment investing $1 a day in 55 different dividend stocks, $1 a day in 10 different cryptocurrencies. I see this dotted white line at the start of the day. You can see right here it's been trending straight downward. If we look at the 1 week period, we can actually see it's actually in an upward state for a 1 week period, but still possibly trending downward. 1 month period, we can see right here that it's also been trending in a downward state. We look at the 3 months period, we can also see that it's kind of went, up and then down again. We look at the year to date, we can see right here when I first started investing, January 6, 2023, and now it's all of a sudden starting to going down. Now what I want to talk about today is I want to talk about how to rebalance your portfolio in that particular sense, or at least rebalance it in the way that I want to rebalance it. So the first thing we're going to look at here is we come over here to accounts and we look at our stocks and we can see finance. I'm very heavy in finance right now, energy, water, consumer goods, and all these other things. Now what I want to do is I want to take my finance and how I'm investing $1 in many of my finance stocks, and I want to shift it over to supposedly manufacturing and materials. And the one that I'm looking at specifically in manufacturing and materials is CVR Partners, which is ticker symbol UAN. And the main reason why I'm thinking about UAN is if we come over here and we look at their dividend payments and how they've paid me out. Now they paid me out on May 22nd, $9.12. They have also paid me out, let's actually go back here and do it this way, in March. So if I come back over here and hit this little gear menu, client history, we come over here and we look at dividends. And I'm going to go through the whole thought process and actually do what I'm thinking. So if we look over here at the dividends, we can see here $9.12 on May 22nd. And if we come all the way down here in March, they also paid me $3.21. So they paid out a pretty decent, and they're paying out like 10% of whatever I actually have in there. And so if we look at UAN, and they've done that 2 consecutive quarters in a row, I'm thinking I want to take that risks, my own personal risk, and start investing more money in it. So I'm going to take my money from other places, in this case finances, and I've already organized them so that they are in their each bucket. So all these up ones from VNO to JP Morgan, JPM, are finance ones. And I'm going to change these just temporarily for a little while. And I'm going to change this and move the money somewhere else for how I'm investing it. So right now, this one is investing in daily. I'm going to edit my investment. I'm going to change the frequency to every month. I'm going to confirm that and say, okay, yes, I understand. I'm only going to invest once a month. So still investing in it, but I'm going to change it to May 31st. So the end of the month for that one. Now that I've changed V&O, I also am going to change each one of these other ones. So I'm going to change ABR, and I'm going to take ABR, and I'm going to take my recurring investment right here. ABR is going to pay me $2.82, but I'm taking a little bit bigger risk because I believe UAN, which is fertilizer, is going to still be successful in the longer period, and I'm willing to invest more because if I think of it this way, okay, I'm thinking if they're paying me an average 10% per quarter and they may only pay 3 times a year, so if I have $100,000 in UAN, that would be $30,000 a year, right? And I would reach a milestone or a goal a lot quicker. Now that's not to say that that will happen. They may go bankrupt all of a sudden. They may close down, and a recession may hit them. But I'm willing to take, just a little bit of risk and be able to go a little bit, in whatever direction that I'm willing to go to make it work for me. So here, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to change the frequency. I change this to every month. Understand. Change this to the 31st, May 31st. Hit OK. And that is what I'm going to do for that one. I'm going to do the same thing for all of these and get these all to only invest $1 a month for finances for right now. And then after maybe a month or maybe a little while until I feel like I have enough money in UN, I'll switch back to $1 a day. So I'm just shifting around and rebalancing how I want my money to go for now. So I come over here and I've done all the finance ones now. And I come over here and I did, you can see right here, I edited all the investments. I changed them all to every month. The next payment will happen May 31st, 2023. And I did that for all the finance ones up here above. So from JP Morgan all the way on top. I'm only investing $1 a day a month now for those ones. And now I'm going to come all the way down here to a UAN. And I'm still investing in finance ones as well. So if you come over here to O, main, SRC, gain, SLG, good, and EFC, these are all still finance ones, but they all pay monthly. And I'm going to keep those ones as is for right now because they pay for monthly. And I'm going to take UAN and I'm going to change UAN to actually invest more. I'm going to take a much more risky stance. And right now I had it at $5 because that's what I was doing. It was $2 yesterday. But I'm actually going to change this, and we're going to change this. And I could up it to $15 because there was 13 other ones. But what I'm really going to do is I'm going to change this to $20. I want to do $20 a day in this one for right now. So every market day, I'm going to do $20 into UAN for right now, get a little bit more invested in it, so that percentage. And what's going to happen here is you see this finance 36% is going to go down a little bit. Manufacturing materials is going to go up a little bit more because I'm not so heavily investing in it. And these other ones also will probably gain a little bit more because I'm not heavily investing so much in finances as much anymore, $1 a day, to catch it up. And I'm taking this higher risk for me personally. I'm not telling you to invest in any of these different asset classes. I'm just showing you and telling you this is what I'm doing and this is how I'm rebalancing my own portfolio, and I'm taking that huge greater risk. Because when you look at this, yeah, the dividend yield is high, but the risk could be very high and great as well. Because you see right here, in Q3 of 2022, they didn't really pay a dividend. And the other reason too that I've also rebalanced too, because I was looking at some of these other ones, for example, HBI, Hanesbrand. Hanesbrand, actually, if you read the news and look it up, they, even though it says there's a dividend yield, they are not paying a dividend yield, and they have not paid a dividend for quite some time actually. Because you see how it went down into the negative? They haven't paid a dividend at all, and they're still not paying any dividends because they cut their dividends completely. So you have to take that into account. So I actually completely, in a sense, changed this one as well. So Hanesbrand, I took Hanesbrand and I did the same thing to it, only $1 a month, because I still believe in Hanesbrands in the sense that they will eventually maybe start paying a dividend again, but they're not paying a dividend. So in many ways, I'm thinking maybe I'll just pause this completely because I said I wasn't going to invest in something if they're not going to pay a dividend. They've been around for a long time, 1901. So we'll see what happens. I am taking that huge, it's a risk. Don't think that, all the money I'm putting in here, it's a risk to put the money in here, but I don't have that much money, and I'm getting older and I want to see a larger return in a longer period or a quicker period. So I'm going to invest a little bit heavier in here. And the main reason why I'm doing so is because they have proven, because seeing is believing in many cases, coming over here to history and looking at the actual dividends themselves. They paid me 2 consecutive quarters, and they paid me basically a little over 10% per quarter of whatever I had invested. I only had like 70, almost $80 in UAN, and they paid me $9.12 May 22nd. And you have to think of it this way, right? Because I remember how I was using the 100,000. So if I had 100,000 in UAN, and if they paid only 3 quarters a year, for right it is right now, and it's definitely going to change. It may not stay the same, but just think of it this way, right? $100,000, and they pay me roughly around 10%. So I could make maybe $10,000 a quarter if I had $100,000 in there. And it's not just, and it compounds. You have to think of it this way. So if I had it in for a whole year, and if it stayed exactly where it's at right now, where it's paying, and I got $10,000 a quarter for 3 quarters in a year, that's an extra $30,000. That would now be $130,000. 10% of $130,000, and then it compounds that way, and it goes up. So that's the thought process there on why I'm doing this. Now, I'm not going to have 100,000 in there. I'm just giving you simple math to see how it can grow and be exponentially. I'm expecting, maybe to have 1,000. I would like to dump $10,000 in there right now. And if you would just take a smaller amount, right? $10,000 in UAN right now. And if it's paying how it's paying right now, because we look at March too. In March, I only had, for UAN, I only had about a little under $30 in there, March 13th. And they paid me $3.21. So if I had $10,000 in there, you're talking about $1,000 extra dollars per quarter if they only pay 3 times per year. So, and they pay me twice, 2 times consecutively. And I expect, pick your winners, pick your ones, because that's why I'm investing $1 a day each. Some of these other ones are interesting too that I am interested in, like no, ABR, and that's the finance one that I actually changed to monthly. But I'm rebalancing. You have to. Why am I doing this? Why am I changing? Because I want to rebalance and not go so heavily in finance, especially how the world's going right now, and I want to put the money someplace else to rebalance it out. And out of all these other ones, CVR Partners, which is UAN, which is fertilizer, I believe is still going to stick around no matter what it is. And I know it's only been around since 2007, but if they're paying me, why not? Right? If they're going to pay me, and they paid me two consecutive quarters, and they did pay out this one as well for quarter two. So we'll see what happens if they pay out again. Maybe July 31st, we'll know a little bit more. So I'm willing to change my investments just a little bit and rebalance it out, because I'm very heavy right now in finance, and finance is not doing well. So I'm just moving the money around, and then I'm still going to invest $1 a day back into these again once these percentages change a little bit, and once I feel like I have a decent amount in UAN, and we'll see how it goes. And if they pay me again for quarter three, we'll see what happens, right? So that's my thought process of that, and that's what I've done. And that's my changing on how my portfolio looks for right now. There's some other things up and coming where I was talking with somebody else, and they were talking about gold mining and all these other different things that are doing really well. And those are something I definitely want to look into and maybe hit on in the future. Now, these other ones right here, you can see cryptocurrencies. I was also thinking maybe I want to stop some of these cryptocurrencies. I am not investing in AAV anymore. It has never, ever, even once throughout the entire year, been in the positive since I started investing in it. It's only been constantly going down. And same thing like comp. I never even saw it go in the green, and I was waiting to sell it. I'm probably gonna, as soon as these turn into a positive AAV and comp, I'm gonna get rid of these, because I don't believe that these will ever be profitable in the future. All these other cryptocurrencies that I've invested in have seen a green return or more. Now, I'm expecting these all to fall. I have no illusions, but I'm still going to keep investing in them because I have the long-term goal for those. And I'm still investing in all these finances. I'm not stopping. I still believe in all these companies. I just want to rebalance the percentage that I have here and change this a little bit lower and have another one go up a little higher, manufacturing materials. And the manufacturing materials one that I believe in so far right now that has paid me and shown proof 2 consecutive quarters is CVR Partners, which is fertilizer, which I believe everybody needs food in some form or fashion, and that's why I've changed my portfolio to this way. If you enjoyed this content, please feel free to smash the like button, leave me a comment, tell me what you like, tell me what you don't like, tell me what you want to see. Please let me know. And if you haven't already subscribed, feel free to subscribe. If you want to be notified every time I upload a new video, I'll be uploading every Wednesday. If you don't want to be notified, that's okay as well. Feel free to come back once a week, once a month, check out my videos, see how my progress is doing, see what I'm doing. And thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And you all have a wonderful rest of your day.